There is no doubt sharks are the most feared predator in oceans. Perhaps the most infamous of the species are great whites. These sharks are responsible for killing 60 people each year. A chunk of the victims involve those who are frequent on the beaches for surfing. In today's episode, we will talk about 10 such movies that have captured heart-wrenching shark attacks to a new level. Shark Night. The story of the film is about a group of college friends who are visiting a lake house for holidays. While the entire day spent on party and relaxation, on one occasion, a person suddenly disappears after water skiing, and that's when his friends were sitting in the boat. All this time, they realize something massive is moving towards their boat. What they didn't know, there was a saltwater shark in the lake. Soul Surfer. The story is based on the life of Bethany Hamilton, when she lost a limb in shark attack. The film is set on the Hawaiian Islands, where 13-year-old Bethany lives with her parents. One day Bethany and her best friend Elena was surfing as usual. Bethany was talking to Elena. As she was paddling with her left hand, suddenly a shark came and bites off the entire arm below the shoulder. The film captures how Bethany breaks through the trauma and participates in a local surfing competition. Sharknado. A comedy film made shark attack laughable in the most utter sense. The story of the film largely hailed from a tornado, causing hungry sharks to fall with rainstorms and attacks people. Sharknado has 5 more movies in the collection. Though the first movie was deadly serious, the next bunch in the series openly marketed to be of comedic nature. Open Water. Far from the hustle of the city, a couple goes on a vacation. Here Daniel and Susan join a scuba diving group. As Daniel and Suzanne were diving, the dive instructor miscounts and head back to the shore, leaving the couple exposed to the ocean. But when Daniel and Susan resurface, they realize they are abandoned to an insurmountable danger, the sharks. Deep Blue Sea. Released in 1999, the movie features Samuel L. Jackson and Thomas Jane. Inside the story, some scientists are conducting research on sharks, so they can correct Alzheimer's disease. This is where the research shark escapes and kills people in the vicinity. To protect the investment, the pharmaceutical company sends some of its men to recapture the beast. However, this shark will not give up that easily. The Reef. The film tells the story of a millionaire who invites his friends for a vacation in Indonesia, but later his boat collides with coral reef and sinks. These people are exposed in the ocean, as hungry sharks surround them, ending the last remaining hope of rescue. They decide that they can swim to the nearby island. So how will these people save themselves, because sharks can swim faster than them? The Shallows. The story of the film is about a medical student Nancy, as she arrives in Mexico for surfing. While on the beach, Nancy finds a rotting corpse that appears to belong to a whale. Though Nancy ignores the warning and continues her surfing. Shortly after, when Nancy dives in water, a shark bites her leg. Now the only way to escape is to take shelter on the rock in front of her. Yet the problems persist, as Nancy is bleeding from the leg, and that relentless shark circling around the rock. The Meg. The film depicts Jason Statham as a rescue diver who saves people from a sinking submarine. The submarine happens to be attacked by an unknown creature. Here Jason loses the 2 of his survivors. Upon reaching the land, no one believes Jason and his story of a giant creature. After 5 years of despair, Jason gets another assignment, to travel the deepest part of Mariana's Trench. Here scientists have found such creatures that have been absent for millions of years. Once again, Jason faces the megalodon as she is about to hit the nearest city and its beach. Dark Tide. The film contains the lead of Halle Berry. The story focuses on a character named Kate, who is a shark expert. A few years ago, Kate lost her companions to a shark attack. Since then, she hardly steps in the water. Kate is completely in debt, and the bank is selling her boat as collateral. To save livelihood, she agrees with a proposal to put a millionaire on a shark tour, but only if they stay and observe sharks from the boat. But when they reach the ocean, the folks don't listen, and enters the shark-infested water with the protection of steel cage. Now what remains to be seen is whether Kate will endanger her life to save these people. Jaws. This movie has been the synonym for shark attacks. Released in 70s, it was the first major attempt to cast shark as a villain. If you already watched the movie, you might want to catch up on its sequels. Jaws was inspired by the novel of Peter Benchley. Peter was on the verge of ending his writing career. One day he found an article in the newspaper about a man who had caught a huge 2,000-pound shark, and she has bits of human skeletons lurking in her stomach.